the music. Again, I welcome everyone. You can use here. I welcome everyone. No, I think I got it. Okay, I got it. Welcome, Biafrans and friends of Biafrans. Those that were sent to monitor what Dr. Obweze is doing so that they can find way to do, what they did to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what they did to Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, to figure out a way to do that to Dr. Obweze. I welcome you to this meeting, this Zoom. I know you are here with us watching. And hopefully by the time we finish today, you will learn one or two things about what we do and the reason why no one can stop what we do as a people. Again, I welcome every Biafran here present. I want to first of all thank our God, our Lord, who has been guiding us to this point, who has been helping us at this moment to withstand all the negativity that was meant to distract the building of our new nation. Everyone, be not deceived. It's about distracting us from building our new nation, nothing more. That is the only reason you see all this noise everywhere, both from the Nigeria terrorist state, both from the Biafrans they planted inside the struggle, both from those they planted outside that are not Biafrans. It is all for one purpose: to disrupt the full restoration of the United States of Biafra. That's all, nothing more. But I'm very, very happy to let them know that the world supports Biafra. The lovers of democracy, the lovers of human rights, the lovers of freedom, all of them are in support of what we do. The terrorist state of Nigeria will never support what we do because they have a clear agenda to eliminate as much as possible. As long as they get that oil from Biafra land, kill all of them. It does not matter. Send the USS, arrest them, use transnational repression, go to Kenya, go to Finland, anywhere you can go. Go to United Nations, go to African Union, go to the Commonwealth. Let us continue to plant our people in those organizations at the top positions in these organizations so that it will be easier for us, the Fulani terrorists, to get what we want. That's all they do. That is why in the United Nations today, you have a deputy secretary who is a Nigerian who has never reported the killings of thousands of Christians in Nigeria. She has never made a formal report to the United Nations. Isn't that what she's supposed to do? If United Nations is truly an organization that cares for peace in the world, for human rights, for human dignity. Isn't that what that lady sitting right there beside Guterres is supposed to do? To report those killings, to report that the Nigerian state reintegrates non-terrorists into the security, into the army, into the police. Our country does that. Isn't that what she's supposed to do? Because she knows by reporting that, actions will be taken and things like that will stop. But there is a reason why she was planted there as the Assistant Secretary of the United Nations, to be there to ensure that their agenda is fully achieved. But their cups are full. I want to use this opportunity to remember our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, His Excellency, Obatobie. As the Nigerian state collude with Finland to suffer our Prime Minister, to isolate him, to try him for nothing except let my people go, to deny him all the most of the medical services that he needs, to deny him of his friends, to deny him of his basic right, to destroy his businesses, destroy everything he's doing by isolating him, taking him away for almost 6-7 months. As Finland does that, there is only one reason for that: to stop the full restoration and protection of the United States of Biafra, nothing more. That is the only reason. For Nigeria to achieve that, they will go to any length through transnational repression to ensure that those that speak up for the independence of Biafra, they are taken away. That was exactly what Finland did, colluding with Nigerian state. Finland was fully aware that the Nigerian state are killing thousands of Christians every year. The reports are everywhere. They're on social media. They're a Western country. They are fully aware of that. If they say they are not on Twitter, they are not on YouTube, they got the official report from the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, to Alexander Stubb office about the killings of the Nigerian state. It was formally presented, it was formally reported to Finland by Simon Ekpa. What did Finland do with that report? As a member of the European Union Human Rights Committee, Finland's supposed to investigate anywhere there is a report of human rights abuse in the world. It doesn't have to be just in Finland. Anywhere in the world, they're supposed to intervene. And what is the purpose of intervening? To make the world a better place. At least they can try the little they can. Nobody is expecting them to tell Tinubu what to do. Nobody is expecting them to tell Nigerian politicians what to do. We are the one that will tell Tinubu and the Nigerian politicians what to do. But on the international level, Finland signing up to be member of European Union, the Human Rights Committee, all these committee, Commonwealth, they are bound by the charters that establish those organizations to report those human rights abuses, those killing of Christians here in the world, as long as it was reported to them. Did Finland do anything? What did they do? No, they didn't do anything. Rather, Finland is the one prosecuting the person that made that report to Finland government. So instead of Finland to intervene to stop the killing of Christians in Nigeria and Biafra land, instead of Finland to intervene and caution Nigeria about the human rights abuses, instead of Finland to intervene and promote freedom of speech, freedom of the people to decide who is going to be a leader, self-determination, self-defense, instead of Finland to promote that, they turn around to do the opposite by attempting to criminalize our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa in the court. That's exactly what they did. Our Prime Minister is being tried in the criminal court. It is a criminal case that Finland brought against our Prime Minister. It was not a civil case. they are trying to criminalize him. That's what Alexander Stubb is doing, trying to criminalize our prime minister, who brought a report to you on the criminality going on in Nigeria. But we are going to see how this suppression and subjugation and terrorism is going to take over, or is going to win over freedom. We are going to see how it's going to end. So we use this opportunity to thank our Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, for your resilience, for what you do, for protecting us, for protecting the people of Biafra from the killings being perpetuated on a daily basis by the Nigerian government, using the reintegrated terrorists whom they support, in bracket, rehabilitate, give them homes, give them arms, hire them in the military, in the police, give them AK-47, while they turn around to pursue their major reason, which is the Islamization agenda in Nigeria and Biafra land, killing people with impunity, killing hundreds of Christians without any concern by the Nigerian military or by the Nigerian defense team. Christopher Musa, he's just there watching why innocent indigenous Nigerians are massacred in their hundreds every day, killed in their numbers. How many times have any of you seen Nigerian Defense Chief Christopher Musa come out to publicly condemn the killings of innocent and indigenous Nigerians, indigenous Christians in Nigeria? The one that happened in Benue State last week or 2 weeks ago. How many of you saw Christopher Musa come out to talk about those killings? None. None. President Tinubu of Nigeria, when he came, he said he's going to go at his own time. The upper week Wednesday, when he has the time. Meanwhile, over 250 innocent souls, Christians, were massacred on the night. They were crying for help. They were calling the military. They were calling Nigerian police. No help came for over 3-4 hours. These reintegrated terrorists that were brought in by President Tinubu and Christopher Musa was on a killing spree. I mean, they kill in the most gruesome manner. Some of the pictures, when you see that, you will go into depression for the next 2 or 3 years when you remember how these innocent Nigerians, innocent citizens were killed. There was no help from anyone. Christopher Musa never sent anybody to help them. Innocent children, men and women, young girls were locked up in a room and they were set on fire. They were locked up. They were set up on fire. Children were screaming. Mothers were screaming. Young men, young women were screaming for help. Tinubu was nowhere to be found. Christopher Musa was nowhere to be found. Bianco Ono was nowhere to be found. Why this killing were going on for over 3-4 hours? They were left for no protection in the hands of no one. Any leader that fails to protect the lives and property of the people that are under him should resign immediately. It's not fit to be a leader. And this is just one case that happened in Benue. So many cases all over Nigeria, all over Biafra land, every day. Just being a Nigeria is a death sentence, regardless of who you are, whether you are a child, whether you are an adult, whether you're a teenager. Just having that name coming from that entity is a pure death sentence. That was why the United States of Biafra exited from Nigeria on November the 29th, 2024, when we convened in Lahti, Finland, to redeclare the independent state of the sovereign state of the United States of Biafra. Because we cannot fold our hands and think that help is going to come from above. Nobody is going to help us. We are the one that will help ourselves. We are the one that will stop these killings. Since the United Nations cannot tell Tinubu to stop the killings, since the African Union cannot do that, since the Commonwealth cannot do that, since Finland, Alexander Stubb cannot do that, since no one can do that, it is now left for us, all of us, now defend ourselves. That is exactly what we are doing. That is why we raise funds to help to defend our land. It is our right to do that. So as we remember our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, we hope that Finland will let him go home. Let him go. He has not committed any crime. The person that committed the crime, that is the terrorist, that is encouraging terrorists, that is financing terrorists, is Tinubu, Christopher Musa, and Bianco. No, those people that came to give you those reports, they are the criminals. They are the bad ones. They are the ones you need to try and sentence to life imprisonment. Not Simon Ekpa. You need to let Simon Ekpa go. So as all of you were aware, Finland has finished the trial of our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. According to them, the sentencing or the judgment, the judgment will come up in September. But they said between the time the case has ended, which was I think on Wednesday, and within Wednesday and the next 2 weeks, within that timeline, they will now talk about the bail condition for our Prime Minister. That condition you see they told you about is not just dependent on what they're doing inside Finland. Because if Finland at all has the interest of poor, innocent, indigenous Nigerians and Biafrans at heart, this trial wouldn't even have started in the first place. With the information Alexander Stubb has, this trial going on about Simon Ekpa wouldn't even have started at all, because he has the information. He knows what is going on. He got the formal official report. This trial wouldn't even have started, talk less of incarcerating Simon Ekpa for almost 6-7 months, destroying everything he has, destroying him psychologically, emotionally. Actually, just making him to die. That's just it. They want him dead. That is what it is. You want the innocent man dead. And the criminal that is killing people, Christopher Musa, Tinubu, Biancono, you allow them to walk freely into Finland and out. The Nigeria Interior Minister moved into Finland to plan for the extradition of Simon Ekpa to Nigeria. That was why he was in Finland during the trial. That was a plot. That was why Tinubu and Christopher Musa sent him to Finland to facilitate the extradition of Simon Ekpa to Nigeria so they will kill him. That's all. It's just to kill, because that is the terrorist, the Fulani terrorist manner of which Tinubu and Christopher Musa and Bianco represent. is to kill any opposition. That is their plan. To remove our prime minister, set him into Nigeria. Probably inside the plane, they will just knock him out for the rest of his life. Knock him out, kill him. That was the plan. That was Nigerian plan. That was their collusion with Finland. But thank God for some of us that are alive today. And thank God for all the international community that have heard our cry. Thank God for all the individuals that knows what is going on in Nigeria, and they have intervened in the right places to ensure that the criminal state of Nigeria does not continue to spread their physics all over the world. Somebody have to stop. Apart from all the Biafrans present at this time, the friends of Biafrans all over the world are also stopping this madness. And we thank each and every one of them. You all know yourselves, those that walked behind the scene to ensure that the Nigerian state does not kill Simon Ekpa with Finland in exchange for the contract that's been given to Finland. That contract, it has been signed and sealed. It's all about take yours and deliver mine. They've gotten the contract. It was all over the social media. So what is Finland's side of the story? Deliver him. That is it. Deliver Simon Ekpa. That was the sacrificial lamb. He was the sacrificial lamb. But thank God for all the people that are intervening, still intervening by the second, to ensure that the terrorist state of Nigeria does not continue this transnational repression that they did. It is going to stop. We are going to fight it. It is our right. So we wait for Finland within the next 2 weeks to see what they will do. I want to also use this opportunity to thank our Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu for being resilient. We thank him for what he is doing, what he goes through. We thank Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu, who has been held by the same Nigerian terrorist state for almost 5 years for nothing. He didn't do anything except let my people go. We do not want to live in a country that reintegrates non-terrorists into the military and police. That is all Nnamdi Kanu is saying. And Nigerian government, in their usual normal way, because that's what they've been doing for the past 15 years. They plan, they invade countries, they bribe their way into positions in different countries across the world. It's all about the bribery. I'm telling you, even those that did this in Finland, we will still hear the stories of how much was paid in exchange the head of Simon Ekpa. Exactly the same thing. Nigeria went into Kenya and kidnapped our Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu for nothing. They colluded with some people in Kenya. Again, I want to let the Kenyan government to investigate those that plotted this evil to bring the name of Kenya down. I need the government of Kenya to investigate and ensure that these individuals that took bribes from the Nigerian government to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu, a British citizen from Kenya, and bundle him down to Nigeria with his eyes tied, with the beating he went through, everything. I need the Kenyan government to investigate that. So those are some of the things that has happened. But Biafrans, our God is alive. As you all are aware, our leader Nnamdi Kanu has won the case against Kenya for the extraordinary rendition, for the kidnapping in collusion, the same terrorist Nigerian state. They were the one that planned it. I'm telling you, anyone that engages with Nigerian government, you are dented. They will dent your image. They will dent your country. They will dent you as an individual. Because anywhere they go, that terrorist tendency that they are made of, they will rub it off in your country. Look at how Nigeria has messed it up. Finland, a country that used to be known as one of the most democratic countries in the world, with all the respect. Finland, a country that helped Biafran children that were starved by the Nigerian state when we had a civil war between 1967 and 1970. Finland sent people to rescue innocent Biafran children that the Nigerian state starved. But look at what is happening right now. Look at how Nigeria has rubbished Finland in the world stage, because that's exactly what they did. I don't know how long it's going to take Finland to come out from this rubbish that Nigeria put them in. No matter what you want from them, even if they promise you 10,000 barrels of oil every day, it cannot mend this destruction Nigeria government has done to you, Finland. Or we will sit and watch how you are going to make the amends. It's not too late. Let our Prime Minister go, recognize the United States of Biafra as an independent nation, and help them to build away from the terrorist state of Nigeria. That is what you have to do. That is the right thing to do. To start to gradually, slowly rebuild your trust that Biafrans have on you. As I was saying, as you all are aware, our Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu won the case in Finland thanks to all the lawyers that worked behind the scene, thanks to all the freedom fighters that worked behind the scene to ensure that this victory is won. Remember, Nigeria has polluted bodies like the United Nations, African Union, because this same case that was won in Kenya also went to African Union. The case went there. And it was blocked by the Nigerian who is one of the top officers in African Union. I've forgotten his name. Somebody needs to remind me his name her name before we finish. But that is how Nigeria operates. They plant all these people in these wonderful bodies, wonderful organizations that's supposed to make the world a better place. This case that our leader Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu won in Kenya went to African Union, and they blocked it. Nigeria blocked it, using the people they planted in the top offices of the African Union. The letters are there. They blocked it. Nigeria bribed the African Union to block this case of Onyendu. And that was how the case now went to Kenya. And now the judgment came out that the fundamental rights of Nnamdi Kanu was trampled upon by Kenya. And they've awarded him 10 million shekels in Kenyan currency. And who is the criminal behind this? It is Nigeria. Tinubu, Christopher Musa, Bianco no. Nigerian politicians, they are the criminals that sneaked into Kenya in the night and kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu. But Kenya government has stand up to say, no, you cannot come to my land. You cannot come to the soil of Kenya and commit such atrocity and get away with it. That was why Kenya took it upon themselves to go through the case, through the Kenya judicial system, and discover and have ruled that it was wrong for Nnamdi Kanu to be extradited to Nigeria without the due process of law in Kenya. Who did that? It is Nigeria, Tinubu, and Christopher Musa. Buhari was there. All of them. That's how they operate. These are the cases we know. There may be thousands of cases where this Nigerian terrorist state have done similar things to innocent Nigerians without some of us being aware of that. But we, dear friends, we thank Kenya for standing up to do the right thing. We thank Kenya for saying it out on the ills and the harms that was done to our leader, Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu, who is currently being locked up in Nigerian DSS dungeon for the past almost 6 years. So that shows the world how criminal, how dangerous that entity called Nigeria is. With this judgment from Kenya, the whole world expects that Nigeria should leave our Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu immediately. They should let him go immediately. Because the basis for who kidnapped him from Kenya has declared that his kidnap was wrong. Nigeria, you have no right to go to Kenya and take away Nnamdi Kanu. Now the judgment is out from Kenyan government. Nigerian government, you must leave Nnamdi Kanu immediately. Nnamdi Kanu, with this judgment in Kenya, should not be in any Nigeria jail for another 24 hours. If Nigeria is a country, we are waiting, we are watching, the world is watching. And those of you that think you will continue to support Nigeria because of the oil they sell to you, because of the money you get, I'm very sorry for you. You will go down with Nigeria. That's a promise. You will go down as Nigeria is going down. So we thank you, our leader, Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu, for your steadfastness. You have not committed any crime, just like our prime minister have not committed any crime. All we ask is that we want to have our own nation, to build our nation. We do not want to live in a country that reintegrates and rehabilitates non-terrorists. We do not want to live in a country where you have two laws, one Sharia law in the north, then the secular law in other parts of the country. We do not want to live in a country where if you were a Christian born in the northern part of Nigeria, they will force you to live by the Sharia standard and by the Sharia law. If you refuse to do that, they will stone you to death, they will burn you alive. We do not want to live in an Islamized country like Nigeria. That is what we are saying. Nothing, absolutely nothing will stop this. We've already declared our independence. Currently, Nigeria is occupying a foreign land in Biafra land. We've written them peacefully. They must leave Biafra land. Nigeria must leave Biafra land. We will make them leave because the United States of Biafra is an independent nation. We met all the criteria to be a free nation. We were independent in Finland. We have our geographical location. We have our map. We have the 40 states, governors, the 40 states in Biafra land, with 15 counties and the district and the wards. All of them are active as we speak, hiring innocent Biafran that is going to work in the different departments in Biafra land. Currently, Nigeria is occupying a foreign land. They must leave our land. They have no choice. They must leave our land. Nigeria has engaged in a secret war with Biafrans for the past almost 2 to 3 years or 4 years. They've been forcefully taking away innocent Biafrans. Amnesty International reported the forceful disappearance of indigenous Biafrans perpetrated by the Nigerian state. Who is the Nigerian state? The reintegrated terrorists they hire, they put in the military and the police. They help them. They help them to realize this. And we say, not anymore. That's why I'm calling on Nigeria to leave, exit, leave the United States of America. We will defend our land. I want to use this opportunity to thank the Biafra Liberation Army, the Biafra Defense Forces, the decentralized Biafra military in the 40 states of Biafra land. Thank you all so much for what you do. They are not about making noise. We will continue to build our military as an independent nation. We will continue to build our police. We will continue to build all the infrastructures that have been destroyed by the Nigerian state. We thank our allies. We thank our supporters that are ensuring that this happens as quickly as possible. I want to also thank all the 40 state governors and their executive, the liaison heads, the head of missions all over the world. Biafrans scattered all over the world, supporting the building of their nation. It's a collective thing. We must continue to build one of the best countries in the world. We're doing that. Our military are top-notch. They're getting all the necessary training, but on the international and the local. Even though we are dealing with a lawless country, lawless state Nigeria, even though we are dealing with countries that have no rules of engagement, a country that can invade Kenya in the night and take away somebody that is lawfully residing in Kenya and move them to Nigeria, blindfold them. That is a lawless state that does things like that. Those are the things that we are trying to stop. Because you cannot build a just society when you have leaders that engage in such impunity and get no punishment. So I thank everyone here. Few things I wanted to bring to our notice before we go into our fundraising. Some of you Biafrans may have seen some of the confusions going around. You all know the people that were paid by the Nigerian state to sue, to take us to court, the United States of Biafra government and their executives. These are paid agents of the Nigerian state that are trying to disrupt what we are doing. They have no case. Their case is dead on arrival. We are ready to confront them. What they are doing is what their paymasters pay them to do. When they cannot destroy Nnamdi Kanu, when they cannot destroy Simon Ekpa, they tell them go after Dr. Obueze and the USB cabinets, sue them to court. And that is what they do just to disturb what we're doing. I call it because they will never succeed. It's a promise. So we have our attorneys, our legal representatives taking care of them. Hands do not be moved one bit. You can also see their agents that we are supposedly be the Biafrans that are going to do this struggle with us. You can see what they do on social media. You can see how they're all confessing. The thing is that some of us saw like 7 months ago. Some of them are just seeing it now. We spirit of Biafra will continue to take care of them. Do not be moved with their rantings on the social media. They can say whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. At the end of the day, you see this United States of Biafra government, we are the ones that will say what is going to happen on it. We are in charge. Nothing will stop us. Nothing. No matter the angle, no matter the form, no matter how they come, nothing will stop. Because what we are doing is the right thing. We have the right to defend our land. We have the right to defend our people from the Fulani invaders that are destroying our farms, destroying our homes, killing our mothers, raping our young girls, taking over our businesses. We have the right to defend them. We must do that. Nobody is going to do that for us. America already have enough problem in their hand. Russia have already enough problem. Ukraine has enough problem. Israel have enough problem. These people are fighting for their countries. We must fight for our country. That is why we're asking you to donate. Give us the money, give us the resources so that we will continue to defend our people from these terrorists that are sent in by the Nigerian state and their agents that pretend to be in this struggle. Be not moved. Biafra is a continuum from Odumegwu Ojukwu to Wazulike to Nnamdi Kanu to Simon Ekpa to my humble servant. Nobody else, nothing else exists except this continuum. Any other thing from anywhere is being sponsored by the Nigerian terrorist state. I'm telling you. Anything else, anywhere, is sponsored by the Nigerian terrorist state. Biafrans, do not give them the inch. Do not let them mislead you. Do not let them manipulate you. That's what they're paid to do. To make it look as if there is parallel government. Maybe there is another Biafra. There is another. There is only one United States of Biafra under my leadership, under Nnamdi Kanu, under Wazulike, and under Odumegwu Ojukwu. Nothing else exists anywhere. Any other thing is fake. Any other thing anywhere is planted by the Nigerian state. Maybe some of you may have been noticing some of them coming up now. Oh, we are this, we are this. Do not be moved, Biafrans. Do not be carried away. They are all fraudulent. None of them represents this continuum that I've mentioned to you. Only that line. Nothing else. Nothing else. When they call and say, oh, we want peace here, we want peace here, do not be moved. That peace you think they want is just a way to hide, to manipulate, and take us back to the legitimate governors, to Nigerian state that we've already rejected. Do not be part of that crime against Biafran. Do not be part of that crime. Just allow them to continue to run. Fellow Biafrans, as you all are aware, we have our currency, our own Ejema is out. We thank God. We are so happy. We are going home. We have our Ejema printed by one of the best minting countries. It's one of the best and highest minting company in the world that sees us, that knows our story, that want to help us. And they are ready to do anything possible to ensure that the United States of Biafra stands as a sovereign nation where they can come and relax and build and help us build our nation. We thank them for what they do. You all are aware of the denominations we have in our Ejema. So just those two samples were made, the 1 and the 100. Remember, we have the 10, our onion do said is the 10, we have the 25, we have the 100. But our target at this time is to ensure that our currency, we start using it in Biafra land with ease of exchange, not only in Biafra land, but across the globe in the money market. I thank all the cabinet members that are working day and night behind the scene to ensure that this comes to fruition. I thank our Secretary of Trade, Honorable Benjamin, for what you do, and all the wonderful secretaries of the United States of Biafra government that works round the clock to ensure that nobody distracts us. We don't need no distraction from anyone. Our ID card is in the process, and Biafra, in the next couple of weeks, our international Biafran passport will be out. We are ready to start going. We are working closely with our partners that will help us in this angle, but on the passport section and on our travel section back to the United States of Biafra. We're working on all that. Our recognition is on top gear. We have a lot of great countries supporting us, and very soon, Biafrans, you'll be hearing news about our allies. They are increasing by the day, and I thank those who are working behind the scene to ensure that the Nigerian state stop killing things in Biafra land. Again, thank you so much, Biafrans. And from D, on that note, I hand over to you. I'm sorry, I hope I didn't take a lot of time, but we needed this moment to always update our Biafrans and our allies all over the world who are watching on the stages of this development. Thank you so much, from D. You can take the floor.